It's interesting to date outside the race, outside of language barriers, but you have a chemistry.
Like, I don't know how I feel about anyone else. Like, how can you understand how we walk in this world?
You have to show respect on both sides.
I think what makes it easier dating outside your race is dating someone who's educated, does the work themselves so that they could feel comfortable.
Yes.
You could both bounce back and not making each other feel uncomfortable.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Blacktinidad. My name is Nadia.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Yanni.
On today's hot topic, we're going to discuss dating in and outside of our race.
Ooh.
Yanni,
Hey.
let's unpack. Let's talk about this.
Man.
What are your thoughts? How do you feel?
Well, personally, I say let's mix it all. I come from a very mixed family. My great grandma is white and she's English from like England. And my grandma on my dad's side is Japanese. So in my family, I grew up very, I guess, in our own bubble, and it's very mixed. So I've never seen color, even though it might sound ignorant when dating. I see the person, right? I date a white man right now, and he is my best friend. He is the best man that has understood me. I've never personally dated an Afro-Latino, so I wouldn't be able to speak on that. So I've never dated someone exactly like me. I have dated Latin men, and it's been cool, but loyalty-wise, what I found with this white man is kind of crazy. He went black and never went back, okay?
Wow, really?
And he treats me like a queen. So I personally don't have any complaints. He does his own work. And I think for the most part, if you're dating outside your race, you don't want to have to teach this person how to navigate in your space. That's exhausting. You don't want to have to do that. I was talking about this earlier. My white man did my hair part.
Yeah.
Although that might not sound significant, but that is so important. Like, if we have kids, he's gonna know how to do the girl's hair, you know, which is, it sounds so like minute, but it's so important in my world. And I think what makes it easier dating outside your race is dating someone who's educated, does the work themselves so that they could feel comfortable. You could both feel comfortable, bounce back, even have those conversations and not making each other feel uncomfortable.
Right. I'm like the complete opposite. I only date within my race. I'm super pro-Black. And I think it just goes as far as like me making that statement is like, I'm procreating Black. I believe in continuing to procreate Black. I also believe like, you know, like, hey, love who you love, you know, but like in the way I'm living my life and the way I see it, like I'm gonna continue just growing within, you know, my race and strengthening our dollar, strengthening our community with procreating with people like me. Like, I feel like I literally feel that, dang, like a Black man is the only person that could be able to raise my Black son. Like, I don't know how I feel about anyone else, like, kind of like, you know, seeing that experience, that lived experience. How can you understand how we walk in this world? How can you raise my child? So I feel like it goes so deeply rooted because, you know, being Black, being a Black woman, man, we got a lot of history. We got a lot of, you know, trauma that we're healing from and just all this undoing. So I feel like there's nobody else that can connect to that experience with me other than a Black man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it makes sense to me. And that's why I tried it. Don't knock it till you try it. But no one understands me. Like, that soul tie is so deeply rooted within my own race.
I feel sure. I feel like for me, I've done a little bit of both. You know, we've had some of both of those experiences, but I think my current partner, who's Belizean and African American, I think it's very comforting and it's very validating to be, like you said, with someone who understands your experience. I think, you know, myself being of both African American descent and also like Afro-Latino descent, right? You know, hailing from Puerto Rico. Right, and then also the mainland, like the USA. I think we do have this very common understanding of each other because his background is very much West Indian, Latino, very much, you know, rice and peas, you feel what I'm saying? And then at the same time, that soul food experience, right? He is my soul food in terms of, you know, feeding me just, you know, he does cook very well, but in a metaphorical sense, right?
I love that.
Of feeding me that sort of cultural knowledge and that safety. right? Yeah, I'm wondering, you know, because we've touched on it earlier, like as far as non-negotiables.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, you know, I think on one hand, I think there's very much this fetishization that takes place.
Absolutely.
In the dating space,
Absolutely.
right? I think, you know, and there's also colorism and folks expressing that sort of, you know,
But
those words, right.
No, but her
To you,
mentioning
yeah.
like the education, like someone absolutely taking the time to understand who you are. I don't have to navigate, help you navigate my world.
I think
love
that's
that.
the only way that we would be able to work out.
Yeah.
Anyone,
Yes.
let's say it doesn't work out with him. Anyone that I've dated in the past, they've done their own work. And if they haven't, because I have had that situation, and he happened to be white Latino, where I had to be like, ooh, your thoughts.
Yeah.
Your thoughts. And that was all that it was, because I felt like I had to do too much. And that was not my cup of tea. I'm also speaking from a place of trauma with my own dad, my Black, Dominican, Japanese dad. I don't want anyone who's like him. Like, I just can't. That's where I come from, and why I guess I'm more open to just sharing that experience with other cultures, and let's just all be one big happy family.
Man, love. Yeah. Love it.
Thank you both for sharing your experiences. Next, we'll be hearing from the fellas about their experiences dating within and outside of their race. We'll be right back with Blacktinidad.